Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your dab of the day. It might be a twin dab or a dual dab of the day today. We'll see. What do you think, Sugar? Today's topic is going to be one that we focus on often, but I want to clarify something. We talk about, and I've been talking about getting to the next corner and getting to the next stage and making sure you get to the next level. And I've got this deal going with Mr. Stoner, 6 weeks, tough it out, and we'll be there. What if we're not? What if we're not there? What if all this mishigas, as I call it, of going to these new battery of doctors, getting all sorts of new tests, being worked up for all kinds of conditions, what if it's all for nothing? And it comes back with the same answer. Well, we think surgery is the best route for you. Do I then end up under the knife again? This is a very difficult time, I think, for anyone. I see a lot of time on my boards and the Facebook chats that people just have a very hard time after they pulled the trigger. It's hell up to when you pull the trigger. Believe me, it is. But it's worse once you've pulled the trigger. These are the people that have what they call aftermath, okay? And I know you might think, well, these are the only ones that talk about it. The ones that have it really well don't talk about it. No, they talk about it too, because when you have it, you don't know if it's going to end good or bad. So you're on these chats regardless of whether you think you're going to be good or bad. So you talk about your results honestly. And the real reality is 20% of the people I've seen, 1 out of 5 at least, maybe more, are sitting with bad back surgeries, okay? Maybe even a third. And man, that's a lot, okay? What happens is the different procedures might not have different complication ratios, but people complicate things, okay? And that's why I have to evaluate it individually, because I might complicate things. You know, I've been feeling numbness in my fingers. They call them the hot dogs, okay? And it's extended into my pinky last night, early this morning. I even felt a different feeling on my foot. Now, I'm not calling it pain. I'm calling it pins and needles and weakness and difference. But I wonder if things aren't deteriorating, okay? But we're going to be in front of a surgeon Wednesday, hospital for special surgery. I decided I had to do it. I've had this appointment for a long time. There's a different path than the path I'm on with the new doctor. But I wanted to keep that appointment. I need that evaluation to see what the best has to say about this, okay? And that's why I say, what if I get to the end of this nice discussion and nice challenge I'm having, and people then tell me the exact same thing? Then I'm pinched. Then I'm in a real difficult spot, because then it's, well, do you really need the surgery, Mr. Rob? Well, it depends how much pain you're in. Come see me when you can't take it anymore. That's what the surgeons tend to say to people, is come see me, literally, when you can't take it anymore. Okay? Now, that's a horrible, horrible place to put yourself for such an important decision, because it's not a decision at that point made rationally. It's a decision made of, oh my God, I just can't stand this anymore. Please call them. And then you have to wait another 2 weeks to a month. So I guess what I'm saying is, you have to prepare yourself. This is what I might have to do. I think I'm going to do, is I've got to prepare myself for the reality, or the eventual reality, of the surgery, of the worst case scenario, okay? And that way I go forward and live, instead of catastrophize and say, oh my God, I failed miserably, look what happened. In other words, what has to happen for Senior Stoner, what has to happen for many of us in this situation, similar situations, is regardless of what we think or what we feel, because it might be wrong, we have to do the right thing for our bodies. And I have to give it to the medical world to know more about what to do for my body than me. But it's frightening, it's scary feeling different things happening. Maybe it's happening because of lack of use, okay? I mean, from here I'm going right back onto the adjustable bed. I've been downstairs for a little bit, but that's it, okay, for right now. You've got to be very careful, because I think I'm in what's called a holding pattern. Now, unfortunately, the doctors I'm seeing are far away. I have to make it an hour drive tomorrow, and then I have to make it through the examination at home. Then I have to make it further. I have to go to Queens, New York on Wednesday. I don't know how. Probably gonna Uber it, and that'll get me to the hospital for special surgery and back. But regardless of how I get there, I've got to continue to survive and move past this pain. It's not going to be where I want to be. I don't want to be laying on an adjustable bed. I want to be out having fun. But I might have to just continue to lay low, even lower than I've been laying, to ratchet down the pain that's here and can get worse. So let's do our dab. This is our Cali. It says Cali Cannon. I have to look that straight up. But I see Cali Cannon on here. And I'm going to put a nice size piece in. I'm in that kind of mood right now. Okay? And you know what? I read a lot of stuff that says people in chronic pain should consider themselves proud every time they open the fucking eyes, pardon language, every time they go to the bathroom. Things that other people would take for granted. Sitting here talking to you. I don't want credit for it, but yet, man, let me tell you something. It's a challenge some days. And I do it because I enjoy doing it. So here you go. It's something fun for senior stoners to do. Cheers, everybody. What I think is important, you choose whatever reason, whatever buoy, whatever anchors your own individual personal taste, okay? We've got to move it forward. We've got to stay forward and get more information so we can get to that choice. So we have a choice. Right now we don't have a choice. It's either surgery or nothing. That's not a choice. We want to get to another alternative. Cheers. But we've got to validate the surgical option. Maybe ask questions we didn't ask before, so we get less frightened. And it's funny how we close circles on this channel, on my videos. Now it's time to ask the right questions. Okay? Now it's time to ask additional questions that you didn't ask last time. Questions that you've been wondering about since you've seen the doctor last. Time to write the questions down, think about them, and make that part of what you're going to do over the next day or two. Okay? Now it's time to get to that next level of information. Ask questions. This is the Real Senior Stoner saying have a great day out there, everybody. Bye now.